What's up? It's your boy Carcino here, and let's talk about it real fast. Now, Jeff Van Gundy. Jeff Van Gundy has went through a lot of turmoil. He's went through a lot of angry issues. He went against a lot of different things as being a head coach of the New York Knicks. But one big mystery happened that shocked the world when he got up and walked out on the New York Knicks in the season of 2001. He just walked out. This is a team that just was in the NBA Finals just 2 years prior. And now the New York Knicks are headed to the NBA Finals. Now, he had $3.5 million he was getting paid in the season of 2001, and $4.5 million he was supposed to get the very next season. The Knicks are a team that doesn't like to fire coaches at this time, especially when they're under contract and guaranteed money. They weren't going to fire Van Gundy, as people had suggested that they were going to. The team was going to fire Van Gundy. That was not the case. Dolan was not going to fire him. That is not true. Now, here's the thing. As the team was changing, meaning that they were going in different directions that season, they didn't start off well. 19 games in, he decided to quit, resign from being the coach of the New York Knicks. Walk away. The team was on a winning streak. Just gotten over 500 for the first time since the beginning of the year. What in the world was he walking away from? They just played the best basketball game they had, and God only knows how long. He had been the Knicks head coach since 1996, took over from Pat Riley, from being his assistant. And this became a situation of, it's hard to say. A lot of elements played a reason into this decision that transpired. Patrick Ewing, retired Hall of Famer, player coach, the whole 9 yards. He played most of his career as center for the New York Knicks. And Patrick Ewing was one of those guys who loved the way he was coached, and definitely when he had Pat Riley, he felt, we got a championship coach. He respected Pat Riley. He's coming from the Lakers, so even though, man, he's strict, he's tough, no fraternizing, this and that. Van Gundy was there, but he was like the whipping boy. He was the assistant coach, which means he was going to implement. He was going to implement what they wanted him to do. You get what I'm saying? And him and Van Gundy bumped heads during the 99 season that they went to the NBA Finals. And then something had to be done. Because the very next year was a very turmoil, what they call turmoil-driven season for them. It was a lot of stress, a lot of problems. And Patrick Ewing was at the point where he felt everything should go through him. And who could blame him, right? Who could blame him? He was the face of the team. But something had to be done. He had to be moved. There was no two ways about it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He was gonna have to be moved. Now, people get upset. They could cry, scratch, claw, anything they want to do about it. All I can tell you is the truth. Once Patrick Ewing was gone, was that the reason that the stress of dealing with that, and now that it's over, you could breathe a sigh of relief? No. September 11th, 2001. The talk of Michael Jordan coming back was looming. Jordan's come back to play with the Washington Wizards. All of these things are in the air. Then boom, NFL season just kicked off underway. And another boom. That Monday. Slash Tuesday, whatever day it was. Boom. It's done. 9/11 hits. Changed the world forever. I had a gun put in my face that night. Saw the world, how they reacted to fear. Didn't understand what was going on, and people was just out of their minds. Just showed you how people respond to fear. And other than that, you start to see how people respond in their actions, their ways and actions, man. It's just very shocking how people are frightened. In other words, just frightened. And that was not immune amongst regular people, in other words. So Van Gundy, who apparently lost a friend during 9/11, his friend, who was his former college roommate, Ferrell Lynch. He died in the World Trade Center, and that was his former college roommate. Now, they're in New York City, in the New York area. His wife and his daughter at the time, I think she was like 6 or something, and she's in fear, and all of these events are transpiring. The world is safe. We're taking these precautions. The nation's going to war, and the season starts, and he's not feeling it. He's not up for it. He's stressed at home. His wife is stressed living in New York, seeing what just happened. His wife is not happy. He's not happy. That was it. He couldn't get around it. So the NBA is probably 1 month into play, and he just can't do it. He resigned. He just couldn't do it. They had a stressful practice, and he pretty much knew even before practice he's gonna just walk away from it all. He was just burnt out. But it wasn't just that. It was fear. He wanted to get out of New York City. His wife was a paranoid wreck, making him a paranoid wreck. And then his daughter he's away from his family, and she was just like, "Can't you just leave New York? Get out of New York." So he quit. Only to come back to coach the Houston Rockets and take over for Rudy Tomjanovich, where he got them into the playoffs. Had Yao Ming, T Mac, and all those guys over there. So that's why he did it. He retired to get out of New York City. He was afraid. He was living in fear, thought New York could get targeted again, the Madison Square Garden could get targeted. He wanted out. His household was a spook, fearful place. And that was the real reason. So he was mentally burnt out from being nagged, the fear, all of it. And that's why Van Gundy stepped away. Because he felt very good when he came back the very next year to coach Houston. So don't forget to donate to the page. Click the link in the description box where it says donate. You can click that button, leave me a message, and like I said, leave a number there. I can contact you and, well, tell me whatever you want to tell me. Or you can hit up the Cash App. I am Carcino for life on the Cash App. I am out. Deuces.